Sid's in the house. Sid, great to see you, buddy. Just going to give people a few seconds to join. Sal, 19th of October. Let us know where you're viewing from. And for those who are watching on the replay as well, because I always forget this, I always forget people on the replay. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Really do appreciate you being here. For those who don't know me, my name's Ross. I'm an actor and a voiceover artist from Manchester in the UK. Sam's here. Good evening, Sam. Carl's here. Awesome. And I scope 3 times a week on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. Monday and a Wednesday we do something called Mind Hacks and Motivation, and on a Friday, Nina, good evening, we do something called Book Club, Bulletproof Book Club, where we look at a book, an awesome book that's going to take you further in your life faster. This week's book club is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. An awesome book. It's so cheap as well. It's like a £5. It's like £5 on Amazon. If you've not got it, get it. It's literally a Bible of success. It's absolutely awesome. So check that out. Tonight we're going to be talking about. I am plugged in, Kim. I've got my coffee and I'm on aeroplane. Do you know what? No, I'm not on aeroplane mode. Don't anybody phone me. I shouldn't have even said that now, because if people are watching you, I've got my number, they're going to ruin the scope. Don't though. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, tonight we're talking about limiting beliefs again, because this week I have put out a free 3-part high performance mindset training program that's making waves. Like, I'm so happy with the amount of people who've seen it already. Honest to God, I must have received 25 emails today from people who I don't even know, I've never even met before in my life, who have been telling me like they've been lurking in the shadows, they've been kind of like watching from the sideline, they tune into scopes but they never really participate. People who have been watching the broadcast and things that I do, all that sort of stuff. Let me just get rid of this notification on my computer here telling me to download something. Remind me later. There you go. And they're saying like how these videos are really affecting their lives positively, and how they're changing because of the videos I put out. If you want to get hold of the videos, it's awesome, Sid. Honestly, go to bulletproofactor.com right now. Bulletproofactor.com. Although don't do it if you've got to get off the scope. Do it afterwards. Hitesh, thank you so much for sharing this, mate. Go to bulletproofactor.com, and claim your free videos. Selena, good evening. Let us know where you're viewing from. Video 1 and 2 have been released so far, and video 3 comes out on Saturday. I'm going to be emailing everybody video 3 directly to their inbox on Saturday. But it's an entire course that you really need to kind of go through 1, 2 and 3 in order. It will take you through an entire process to break down your bullshit limiting beliefs that are really stopping you from going out and getting the success that you really deserve. So I've had a lot of people leave comments under the videos in the series that I put out telling me what their limiting beliefs are, and there's so many, but a lot of them have a very common theme, and they're all based on really kind of just normal human insecurities. So what I wanted to do is to kind of reinforce what's in the video training tonight. For those who have seen it, this is going to help you. For those who haven't seen it, it's going to help you, but it's going to intrigue you to go and watch the videos as well. Go and watch the full videos. The whole video series, the free video series, is over an hour long in total. Each video is just over 20 minutes long, and it will take you through an entire process to break down these limiting beliefs and help you rid them forever, so you can actually go and get what you want to get done this year. Gemma, good evening. So what I wanted to do is go through this little process, but then I want you guys, it's not going to work if you don't participate, so just throw me some of your limiting beliefs, right? And we're going to just work on them, and we're going to knock them out. We're going to disprove that they're bullshit. Okay, so that you can hopefully, begin to rid yourself of these things. Now, the way that I do this is, first of all, let's just explain what a belief is again. For those who are on the scope who might not even kind of understand what a belief is. When people say to you, oh, you've just got to believe in yourself more, and you're like, well, I don't really know what that means, to be honest. We kind of say it, we throw that phrase around, but we don't really get it. So a belief, okay, and you can write this down if you want so you remember it, but a belief is a feeling of certainty. Okay, so it's basically when you are saying that you believe something, you're actually saying, I feel certain that this thing, whatever it is, this is the way it is. That's the way it is. So if I say, I'm not good enough, you're actually saying, I feel certain. There's a feeling of certainty about that I'm not good enough. So what we need to do first of all, to kind of just, to at least open the door to start breaking this thing down, is we need to stop believing our doubts. So this is the title of tonight's scope, and we need to start doubting our beliefs. So we need to stop believing our doubts, because as human beings, it's so easy to do. Instantly we go to that negative place and we start beating ourselves up, but we've got to stop believing our doubts, and we've got to start doubting our beliefs. Now, when you do that, you question that certainty. So that thing where you used to think, oh, that's, you know, I feel that's the way it is. You go, is that the way it is? And you get a feeling of uncertainty. Now, when you're uncertain about something, it's no longer a belief. It's actually just an idea. Okay, so you have just that idea. And then what you can either do then is you can reinforce that idea with factual evidence to prove it right and go, okay, well, that is a belief now. I've turned that back into a belief. Or we can completely knock the hell out of it and we can completely disprove that idea. So we go, actually, what on earth have I been doing all these years of my life believing this bullshit about myself? Because a lot of the time, the limiting beliefs that you're holding right now in your life were never meant to be your own beliefs. Thanks for sharing, Kim. Everybody share. Yeah, share away. Get other people on the scope. Let's just try and empower a few people tonight. And yeah, you know, and a lot of limiting beliefs are based in past experiences from years and years and years ago, that will still be limiting you today, and you might not even be conscious of it. Things that were told to you when you were 10 years old that still are in your subconscious when you're 30. Limiting beliefs about your intelligence, your looks, your ability, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you do your hair, all sorts of stupid things that we end up growing up with, and they limit us forever. You know, I mentioned an example quite a few times. I've got a friend of mine who was told when he was about 10, when we were in school, that he had like, he was about a year or two behind in his reading ability. Today, he's 33. There's nothing wrong with his reading ability. Okay, he's had 23 years to catch up, and the guy is completely literate. Not a problem. The minute you ask him to read at a public event or a wedding, you know, a christening or something like that, oh my God, he shits his pants, because he's still got this limiting belief in his head that says, oh my God, at 10 years old I was told I was 2 years behind in my reading. I can't possibly stand up in public where there's going to be eyeballs on me and potentially scrutinising me. So they go, oh, Liam's oh no, I've just said his name. His reading's not very good. He's not watching this scope. He's not watching the scope, so you didn't hear that, Lee. He's not here. It's all right. God, it's terrible. I feel dreadful now, but it's true. You know, I'll tell him to his face, because he needs to man up and get rid of that limiting belief. Now, how we disprove these limiting beliefs, guys, right? When they become ideas, once we've questioned it initially, I want you to imagine it. And those who have seen video 2 in the video series that I put out on bulletproofactor.com will have seen this exercise today. It's only been released today, but I want you to imagine that idea. Oops, exactly, Sid. Oops, indeed. I want you to imagine that that idea as a tabletop, guys, just a tabletop, okay? Now, what we have to do to prove that idea correct, so it can become a belief again, is we need to add legs to it, okay? So we need to add 4 legs to that table for it to become a belief, okay? If we can't add 4 legs to that table, it can no longer be a belief, okay? And we must screw it up, and we must throw it away, okay? It's the only way you're going to actually become free of these things and start moving on with your life. So, for instance, okay, I gave an example in the video today of going, a lot of people, when they start a new career, I mean, a lot of the work I do is with actors, so it relates to actors, but this is the same in any career at all, is they go, okay, well, I'm a bit late to the game. I started out in acting when I was 40 or 45 or later, or, you know, even 30, 35. People can still get hung up even when they're that young. And they go, right, I'm really too late to the game, so it's going to be much harder for me to succeed. I printed off that pic of the tabletop, and we'll physically try to put legs to the yes, awesome. It's a great picture. It's a great picture. So yeah, to put these legs on that idea of I'm late to the industry and it's going to screw me up, we would have to put legs on it like things like nobody has ever come to the acting industry late and ever succeeded in any great way. And we go, well, wait a minute, we can't screw that leg on the table, because that's bullshit. Because, I mean, I gave examples in the video. Harrison Ford was a carpenter till he was 35, okay? Morgan Freeman didn't get his first big role till he was 52, okay? Denzel Washington, first role in Pulp Fiction at 45, I think he was. It's a good analogy, this, Kim, to be able to deal with these beliefs, definitely. So we go, well, we can't have that. We can't have that belief, you know, that reason as a way to prove our beliefs, because it's completely false. So let's look for another reason that we can put on the table. All right, then, if I'm an older actor and I'm coming to the industry later, there's not as many roles for actors. Alan Rickman, exactly, came to the industry late, Kim, definitely. So we go, there's not as many roles for older actors then. And we go, wait a minute, that's bullshit. because we've seen some of the biggest and best roles on TV right now played by the Dame Maggie Smiths. You know, people who are in their sort of 70s, 80s. She's 83, I think, something like that, Dame Maggie. Nina graduated at 50. I mean, that's amazing, Nina. Bill Black was in the house. Great to see you, Bill. So we can disprove that, and we go, well, that's bullshit. Right, okay, well, you know, another kind of reason we could, you know, try and prove this limiting belief that we're too late to the industry if we're older would be that hey Bill, would be that you know, there's how can I put it? I mean, like, there's more opportunity, I guess, if you go to drama school when you're younger. And I'm like, well, that's nonsense, because I went to drama school when I was 22, I think, 21, 22. And I'm a way better actor now than I was back then. Not for the reason that I went to drama school, but because of the life experience that I've experienced since. So, in my opinion, and because I was very lucky, I went to one of only like 5 accredited drama schools in the country at the time. So it was one of the big hitters. Everyone was like, this is amazing drama school, blah, blah, blah. I personally think it's a bit overrated, drama school. I don't think you necessarily absolutely need to go. You need to train in some description, but you don't need to necessarily do it at drama school. But I would think, through my experience, if I went to drama school now, later, at 33, I'd actually get a hell of a lot more out of it than I did when I was 22. Because I'm a more rounded person. I've experienced loads of good and loads of bad that life's thrown at me. So I can use that experience, put it into my performances, and make myself a damn sight better actor. Because of that, I'm more intelligent. You know, I've just learnt more. So I'm going to be better at drama school when I'm later than if I was going when I was younger. I think drama school's bloody wasted on the young, to be honest. Imagine everything Nina's experienced at the ripe old age of, what are you, Nina? 55, 60, something like that? I don't know. It's young though, okay? You need to start realising this. And also, guys, I believe there's so much. Growing old, listen to me. Growing old is a privilege. 60 next month, amazing, Nina. Getting to 60 is such a privilege. So many people on this earth are denied the privilege of growing old. Right? Seriously. I really, really mean it. It's amazing. One of my ultimate goals in life, out of everything, and I mean like above and beyond acting success, career success, anything like that, is to reach 100 years old. Because as a kid, I was always amazed. I mean, I know it's not true now, but when I was like 4, I used to hear that the Queen would send you like a card and a telegram when you're 100, yeah? And when I was like about 4, I used to think that she came round to deliver it. So ever since then I was like, oh my god, well I've got to get to 100 then, because then the Queen's going to come round. And then when I found out the Queen's going to be Kate Middleton, who I think's pretty gorgeous, I'm like, well, Kate can definitely come round and deliver my card. Now I know she doesn't do that, but at least to get one in the post would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? So my overall goal in life really is to reach 100. So don't ever get hung up on age. I think it's nonsense. One of my friends, I love having friends of all demographics. So like one of my mates, John Dutton, he's an actor. People on the Scope might know him. He's 71. He's got one of the greatest mindsets for the industry that I've seen in an older gentleman. He's like, you know, he'll ring me and go, look, I've got to do this. He's going, I'm definitely not planning on popping my clogs yet, but I'm going to go out there and get it. And he's constantly looking for things, opportunities, ringing me up, asking me questions. I think as we get older, we don't like asking questions because we feel we should know it all. That's bullshit as well. Another limiting belief. Hey, Kate's on here as well. Good to see you, Kate. Hayley, Kate. Hey, Kate. No, that's not your name. I know that's not your name. Your real name. Because I've seen you sign up on Act on This, or I've seen something this week in email with your full name in. But good to see you anyway. So growing older is a privilege many people are denied. Okay, don't have that. Hayley, that's the one. Hayley, excellent, good work. I should have worked that out. I should have. Hey, Kate, it's quite straightforward. I've had a long week. So in terms of the tabletop and putting the legs on it to prove a limiting belief, you know, true or not, okay, we very often, when we start questioning our limiting beliefs, we're very, very often completely unable to put legs on that table, and we need 4. Even if you can put 1 leg on, then take a shot. every time Ross says bullshit. Yeah, no, I do say that quite a lot, really. I'm a bit loose-lipped when it comes to that word, but it's just because that's the best way I can possibly describe people's limiting beliefs. You know, it is BS, you know, or belief system as opposed to bullshit, but I think bullshit hits home a bit harder. And so what I want you to do, guys, is throw me a limiting belief now, and I'll choose one, and then we'll all chip in disproving that for the person who's thrown that idea at us, that it is indeed bullshit. So please, you know, whatever you think, you might think, right, you know what, I have, you know, I don't think I'm talented enough to get anywhere in the acting industry, you know, or, you know, I don't think I look right to get anywhere in the acting industry, or I don't have enough money to get anywhere in the acting industry, I don't have enough education, anything that's in your head right now that you think is holding you back, right, that's putting that glass ceiling on where you are, you know, in between where you are and where you want to be. Just throw one at me, anything, and then we're just going to knock it up and just smash it straight out the park. Love the bulletproof drinking game. Oh, you mean take a shot every time I say bullshit? Right, I get it. Okay, awesome. I don't have enough experience. Right, so that's well, we can just take that one, Kim. Okay, I don't have. So limiting belief is, so the tabletop. To get that, first of all, guys, what we do is we need to question that belief. So at the moment, Kim has a feeling of certainty in her psyche, in her mindset. She's feeling quite certain that she doesn't have enough experience to get anywhere in the acting industry. Okay, so, and it's finances for Sid. Right, we'll do that one next, Sid. Okay. So what we do, when we question the idea that you don't have enough experience, Kim, to be successful, we transform it from a belief into an idea. So the idea now is for Kim, and for all of us on this scope, that she doesn't have enough experience to be successful in the acting industry. So the idea is our tabletop. Let's try and put 4 legs on that. So the legs, I would imagine, that you would need to add onto that table for it to be true would be things like, okay, everybody who comes to the industry and has had success comes with that success pre-built in. They've never had to get that experience. You know, they've had all that experience that's led to their success. They had all along. You know, if you get my gist. That's like saying that, you know, everybody who comes to the industry already has, you know, the experience necessary. Obviously, your experience, you know, depending on what area of the industry you're talking about, whether it's acting technique or, like I said before, that life experience that you can put into your performances, you know, is that's 2 different things. You know, you've definitely had the life experience already in your life, things you will have experienced you can put into performances like no other human being on the planet can do. And when it comes to experiences in terms of professional experience, or drama school experience or that kind of thing, that's almost like convincing yourself that everybody who's got that has always had it. So that in itself is nonsense. You can, you know, you've definitely had a lot of life experience to bring that nobody else can. Not true. Yes, street castings have brought huge breaks to people. People do, you know, it's rare. People do get plucked, you know, almost out of obscurity though, to go on to do great things. There was a guy below me at drama school who, before he even finished drama school, he'd had no experience in the industry. He just trained a little bit, and got plucked out and was put in Sinbad, the big Sky Atlantic drama, as Sinbad. He was like the lead role. Find performance opportunities, get some. Yeah, exactly. And that's also like saying, you know, in terms of experience as a currency, that it's unobtainable. It's not. It's absolutely everywhere. But what happens, Kim, right, when you believe these kind of things to be true and you feel certain you've not had enough experience, what you do, that belief in itself, and you'll find out when I launch video 3 on Saturday what this does to you, it actually stops you believing in your own potential to get that experience. And when you don't believe in your own potential to get that experience, you don't take the action that's necessary to get it. If you did take that massive action to get the experience, you would obtain great results by default, which would feed back into the belief that you do have the potential to get more experience. Thus, you take more action, get better results, get a better belief, feeds into potential. Next time, more action, more belief, better results, more belief, and it goes on and on and on. If you limit yourself by saying, I don't have enough experience, thus you feel you don't have a potential to get that experience, you don't take the action to get it, your results are poor, it feeds back into your belief system and you say, see, I told you it wouldn't work, I don't have enough. Success cycle, exactly, and I'm going to teach everybody about the success cycle on Saturday when I send the next video out. It's a great video, guys. I'm super excited about sending you video 3 because it's got some awesome examples in and some footage of some one great event in particular, and a great example of someone who believed in their potential and changed a lot of other people's belief in their own potential as well. So that one, yeah, in terms of experience, I'm trying to think of any legs I could put on that table to say that it's going to stop you from succeeding. The only thing it will stop you doing is from taking action. I once played President of the USA, certainly never had that experience. Amazing. Honestly, Hayley, you must watch these videos. I'm not blowing my own trumpet because I'm not saying I'm great. I'm saying the material in them is great. It's a material that I've picked up over the last 8 years. It barely scratches the surface, to be honest, the 3 videos that I've sent you, but it's some still very, very powerful stuff. And there will be an opportunity in the future, in the very near future, for those who want to dive real deep on this stuff to continue working with me. But I really just wanted to give people at least that catalyst so they can go and do it on their own with these videos. Because I am sick. Give me some hearts if you're just sick to death of negative bullshit in the industry. Groups on Facebook that I keep mentioning who it's like a lynch mob out to complain about every single thing, out to bitch about every single person out there who's asking an actor to do them a favour or do a job for free, even though it might lead to something good. I interviewed Dan Hubbard, casting director, one of the most successful casting directors on the planet last night. Dan Hubbard from Hubbard Casting. Hubbard Casting things like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Homeland, 24, Captain Phillips, the awesome film with what's his name? What's his name? Who's Captain Phillips? Oh my god, only like one of the most famous actors on the planet. Green Mile, Forrest Gump. This is what happens to me. I just lose people's names. You have to give me his name. I'm not even going to try and think about it because my mind goes blanker and blanker. Tom Hanks. Isn't that embarrassing? That's literally one of the most embarrassing things ever in life. Literally one of the best actors in the world. And I've just gone, what's his name? Well, what was that? A question, a thing came through, Kim, about your voice teacher that I didn't catch. It faded off too quick. Say it again though. Yeah, sorry, Tom Hanks. Bloody hell, I'd get him on for an interview. I'm so crap with names, Eddie. Though, honestly, I always get them mixed up when it's famous people. I'll always get them mixed up. I'll say Wesley Snipes instead of Morgan Freeman, or I'll say Denzel Washington, or I just get everybody just mixed up. I'm absolutely terrible, but. My point is the same, right? Dan, who's cast all these people, he said last night, I don't even know what the point was. What was I talking about before I forgot Tom Hanks' name? God, it's like I've been drinking. Not even had anything to drink tonight, bar coffee. I was talking about something beforehand, about these videos, about stuff. Oh God, I say it all the time, my voice gets so negative about us, and then I say, oh yeah, this one, of course, it's at this point entirely. Yeah, about all these groups, all this negativity, all this stuff. So Dan said last night, he said, you've got to take the hit sometimes. You've got, as an actor, you've got to take the hit. He said, there was opportunities for a casting, something massive in Ireland. And he was like, they had no money to pay people to go over to the casting. But he was like, to fly to Dublin from the UK on something like Ryanair, it'd be like 20 quid or something like that. With taxis, maybe 35 quid. And he's like, you've got to take the hit. Even if you end up doing the job and you end up breaking even, or you end up making a slight loss, if it's going to put you in touch with brilliant people, or it's going to, give you a great credit, that's, going to open doors for you, just do it. I'm sick of all these people getting too precious about themselves, going, oh well, I've trained in this and I should be able to demand this. Well, yeah, that's absolutely right, and in an ideal world it would be bloody brilliant, right? But there's you and 100,000 other people out there all trying to do the same thing. The thing that's going to make you stand out amongst all those people is not obviously doing everything for free. There's definitely a time and a place to do that, but it's taking more action than anybody else. The belief in your potential to achieve what you want. Take that action in order to get the results. and then believe you'll get more next time. Stop, you know, divaing around like you've already made it before you have. You know, when you are Leonardo DiCaprio, you can say I'm not doing it for free. Until then, you know, pick your fights wisely. If you don't take the risk, don't take, exactly, you have no chance. Completely, Bill. Don't get so hung up about going low pay, no pay. You know, I'm definitely, you know, don't let anyone take advantage of you. But, you know, but take the opportunities. Met Amy Hubbard today. Coincidental after watching the live stream. Awesome. I didn't catch whose name that was. Who met Amy Hubbard? Tell me again. And what were you meeting Amy Hubbard for? She's really nice. I saw an interview with her on the DVD extras, I think, for The Hobbit. And she's great. I'd love to get her on a podcast. Sid, was it you, Sid, who said that? Sass Ross. Was it you who said you met Amy Hubbard though? Tell me what you met Amy Hubbard for. I'd like to know. Yeah, awesome, man. Also, give me at least one more limiting belief, and let's just line that up and smash that out of the park as well. Who else has got one? Let's take one out for a casting in Leeds. Wicked. Was it TV or film, Sid? Spill the beans. We're all gonna be going, Amy. Yeah, we've heard you casted in Leeds. Can I have a job? Definitely don't do that. It's one thing we were also talking to Dad about last night. You know, don't overstep the mark on social media with casting directors. But definitely, if you feel you've got something to offer, do approach them without a doubt. Sid had one, but yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Yeah, if you can, if it's not embargoed, Sid, tell us what the casting was for. That's be good to know what's going on. But yeah, give us. Oh, Sid's was finance, wasn't it? Actor at London casting asking why I travel from Leeds for it. No ticket, no prize. Precisely, Bill. You've got a good attitude for this. Definitely. Honestly, the people who take the most action, generally, there's going to be exceptions, but 99% of the time are going to be rewarded the most. The more action you can take. So if you've got a goal, right? I say this to people all the time. If you've got a goal, if you take massive action, so you figure out, okay, this is what I want. Now there's potentially maybe 5-10 ways to get that one thing, okay? If you take all 5 of those options, or all 10 of them, one of them is bound to work out. It was confidential, can't say much about it other than it was a TV casting. Good for you, Sid. Good luck with it. Let us know how it goes. But yeah, so if you take all 5 or all 10 ways to get that opportunity, you're going to get it. If you take one, and there's another 9 ways to get it, then you're just leaving the money on the table, or the job on the table, or whatever it is on the table. So just take as much action as you possibly can get. So Sid's, your limiting belief was finances, mate. In terms of finance, I used to have this with one of my biggest limiting beliefs. So rewind like 8 years ago, I was working in a shop for minimum wage. I was convincing myself on a daily basis I had to be there because I needed the money in order to live. And in order to, ironically, support the career that I really wanted, that actually by doing that very job to support it was robbing me of all the time that I needed to get anywhere in that job. So it's a very negative limiting belief about why I needed this cash. One day I just had enough. I was effectively put on the spot actually because I'd got a job doing a voiceover and I had to leave this job at a minute's notice, and my boss said, if you go, don't come back. And I went, oh, right, well, wait a minute. It was a voiceover and it paid a month's wages. So I was like, actually, you know what? If I do go, I get a month's wages and I've got 4 weeks to figure something out. I left, I never went back, I did the job, and then I had freed up 40 hours almost a week by leaving my bullshit limiting belief behind and doing that job. I then went, right, I need to take some massive action, otherwise I am going to be in the shit. So I did. I took huge action and I dedicated all of those 40 hours to voiceover and acting, whatever I could do, anything I could do. I started, because I'm a bit of a web geek, I started ringing up casting directors who I noticed online had no website. And I said, look, I know you've not got a website, I'm a geek, let me do your website, but in exchange I want to come in and shadow you, because I want to understand how casting works a bit better. Michael Jackson at Beverly Keogh Casting went, alright, come in and you can shadow me. I went in on day one. Collaboration with fellow actors are the way forward. We're not doing payment. Yeah, definitely. Collaboration is awesome, Hayley. Definitely. We should all work to support each other. It's not a competition. You know, you are stronger as a unit. And I went in and see Michael, and he gave me a golf commercial to cast on the day I went in for a really big golf company. He went, there you go, you're in charge of that. And I was like, what? This is ridiculous. I don't have a clue about casting. But he just threw me in at the deep end completely, and we did an awesome job because I just took massive action to get it complete, and we got great results. And then after that I was like, right, I'll do the website for you. I started meeting loads of people through Michael, through Beverly Keogh, through all the other casting directors that were there. Michael started doing his app for TV classes. I helped him with those and do websites for those kind of thing. And I looked at all the time, I'm looking for what I can contribute to those people, not what they can give me, okay? Right, we're all following our own pace. Sometimes the deep end is the best way. Definitely. I'm at a stage when I'm contemplating to do over summer work-wise. Yeah, exactly. So summer, you know, if you're off college or uni or whatever, Kim, use that full time that you've got completely free. Use it really, really well, even if it is going and just helping out with anything to do with the industry, anything to do whatsoever. But don't go back to something like retail or waitressing or bar work. The things that I used to do that had nothing to do with the acting industry, that just depressed the hell out of me and made me feel I had even less potential, so thus I wasn't taking any action in order to get it. Do something that's going to inspire you, hopefully within the industry, no matter how small, whatever it is. Even if it's in a theatre, working in a theatre, or even, I don't know, working in a cinema. So at least you're going to be seeing, great actors on screen, and you're going to be inspired by that. So, Halan Z-E, hello, good evening to you. Can't say your name, but let us know where you're viewing from. I have an idea of how to generate income without having to do the full-time day job. Need to pick your brain. Okay, Sid. What I would say, honestly, guys, the thing for me is everybody has a product inside of them that other people will pay for. This is what I've realised over the last couple of years. And that's what really spawned Bulletproof Actor, because I've got all this knowledge that's changed my life, so much. If I can kind of get this out to other people and to, and I'm going to give loads of it away on Periscopes and this free video series and that kind of thing, but hopefully I can create, a bit of a coaching business as well, where people will get so much value out of this that it will be worth, paying for a product. Thus I generate income that I can then invest back into bigger products, better products. Just a very positive success cycle, so everybody's winning. And you have inside you a product that other people would buy, okay? And all you need to do is ask yourself that question I said before. Would I have paid 5 years ago for the knowledge that I have in my head today? Or even a year ago, would you pay for that knowledge that you have in your head now? Would you have paid for it 12 months ago? If the answer is yes, then you have a product inside of you that other people will buy and will generate passive income for you, so you really can set yourself far more free of those really terrible jobs in retail and all that other stuff, that you can focus way more on your own acting career when you're in charge of your own finances and when you're your own boss effectively. And I really want to do a course in the future that shows people very simply how to market things online and how to create information products in order to sell. And they may be things to do with the acting industry for you that you can sell to other people, or they may be something completely different. Maybe you're an expert on, I don't know, what else could you be an expert on? Car engines. I don't know. Anything at all. And you can, you could create a product on that someone would want to buy. Maybe you're great with a piece of software and you're a video editor and you're like, you know what? I could really create a screen capture course where I'm showing people how to edit their first videos. You can say, I'm not saying you're going to be selling for millions of pounds, but imagine if you could create a product that you could sell online for say £29, and then you could market it to limitless amount of people out there, and then on a recurring basis, you are just going to get paid for that product. Once you've made it once, you're going to get paid for it time and time again. So exactly, radio presenting might be one, Kim. The great thing about doing that is you are no longer, think of it this way, this is what you need to get your head around. You are no longer then swapping hours for money. You've already used the hours, you've created the product. From there on out, it costs you no more hours, and then it will create a passive income. So you've freed up all that time whilst you're earning. So you're doing all the work now in order to earn the money in the future. So it might take you a little while to put that product together, say 4 weeks, but then you've got a product that's maybe £39, £49. I have a love-hate relationship with editing. I mostly love. But if you've got, if you've got experience in editing, Sid, there are people who have got no experience at all, who are like, you know what, I don't want to Google this, and I don't want to research this on my own and find a bit here on the internet and a bit there on the internet and pull all this stuff together. I want it all in one place where someone's going to talk me through it, and I'm going to see them on the screen so that they're showing me what's on their screen and how they're putting two clips together. It might be as simple as that. How they're, creating a bit of a show reel for themselves as an actor, or a self-tape. And you go, okay, I've got this product, it's £19. Would you pay £19 so you didn't have to spend all those hours researching it online? It was all in one place? Of course you would. I would, if I was in that position. So you all have products inside of you that other people will buy. And I really want to put together a course for people to show you exactly how to do that, because it's not that difficult. You might be overwhelmed and have the limiting belief that you're not good with technology, or you don't know how to set websites up, you don't know how to program whatever. 5 years ago, before I launched Act on This, I knew nothing at all. I threw away my limiting belief that was really hard and it was really difficult, and I spent a lot of time researching it, and I went, I'm just going to teach myself. And now there's probably, if I can imagine it, I can potentially almost anything kind of do it online, or at least I know somebody else who can. So any of your limiting beliefs that are stopping you from, creating your own businesses or whatever it is you want, whether you want to vlog or blog about stuff. A friend of mine wants to set up a real ale trail blog, so he wants to do a membership site, because apparently people are getting really into real ale these days. I'm not a drinker, so I don't know, but there's a lot of like real ale trails that people can go on, and they can sample loads of rare ale. And he wants to create a membership site of that, and it might only be £5 a month or whatever. But if he gets 1,000 members on there, and they're all paying a recurring fee of £4.95 a month, it's £5,000 a month. And he's not having to do. He's doing the work up front, but after that, it's not as hard. You can do so much yourself, guys. Most things are possible if you put in the work. Everything, Bill. Honestly, mate, everything is possible. It's the belief in your potential that's essential, and if potential is essential. But if your limiting beliefs are putting that glass ceiling on that potential and what you believe you can do, you'll never do that. You'll never take that action. See, consistency is very true as well. Yeah, getting that momentum up and just being consistent with stuff. A lot of people go hell for leather for 5 days and then they go, oh well, that was good, leave it for 2 weeks, they've lost all momentum, and then they come back to it and they're like, oh, it's like starting from scratch again. It's like if you go to the gym and then you have a month off, it's so much harder to get going again, whereas if you just keep it topped up, maybe if it's only once a week, it's so much easier to keep going. But yeah, we've not really taken the legs off many examples, but you get the idea, guys. It's like, when you start questioning your limiting beliefs, you start doubting your beliefs rather than believing your doubts, you end up with that idea that is that tabletop. And I would just ask you guys to try your hardest to put 4 legs to support that idea, to make it back into a belief. You won't be able to do it because the things you would have to screw onto that tabletop to make them, make it support that idea, you'll find are ludicrous when you write them down. So many people have left comments talking about their limiting beliefs, and they've written their limiting beliefs down underneath the videos that I've been sending out. And then they've written a comment after that so many people have done it, that says, oh, that sounds so stupid now, I've just written it down. Yet until they wrote it down, it almost wasn't real. They hadn't realised it because it was just in their subconscious. The minute you write it down, it comes to the forefront of your mind and it's suddenly conscious. You're conscious of it. You've woken up. But it's not until you write it down people go, oh my God, I can't believe I've just written that. But I've been honouring this belief that was never meant to be my own for so many years, and it's really screwed up with my success. So the earlier you can realise that, the better. So just start questioning your beliefs, start doubting your beliefs, right? And just see what that does for you. I'm going to send video 3 out on Saturday, and it's brilliant. I've just watched it again. It just ties all this up, guys, and exactly kind of how you can use this exercise and get rid of these limiting beliefs to truly fulfill that potential and just see your potential, for the first time probably for a lot of people, because like I say, these limiting beliefs are often given to us as kids, so there'll be many people who have spent their entire life on this scope or watching this replay with these limiting beliefs, and you'll realise, wow, enough is enough. We've got to do something about it. So I'm going to send the video out on Saturday morning about 10 AM for those who are subscribed. If you've not subscribed for the videos yet, go to bulletproofactor.com, just hit the get instant access button and just leave your email address. You'll get access to video 1 and 2 right now. Video 3 will be emailed to you on Saturday. There's a little announcement at the end of Video 3, and there's something rather special coming on Monday, but I won't tell you about that because that's top secret right now. But I'm super pumped about it, super excited. It's something that's been a long time in the works, that I know, I don't even hope or think, I know will empower actors all over the globe. And I want to just create a movement, guys. Like, I'm really grateful for those in the Facebook group as well. Come and join the Facebook group if you're not in it yet. Facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor. Join and check it out, Sid. Honestly, check it out, buddy. And let's just create a movement. There's about 350 members of that group at the moment, but they're all very, very positive. It's very different. It's a very different environment to most of these other Facebook groups that are out there that are whinging. Okay, I promise you, if you surround yourself, I say this all the time, it's cliched, but if you surround yourself with 5 whinging, bitching actors, you will become the 6th. I promise you, because I've seen it time and time and time again. If you surround yourself, however, with 5 inspired, ambitious, grateful, fulfilled actors, you will become the 6th. So you need to choose which one you want to become. Do you want to be the whining bitch, or do you want to be, the inspired, grateful, ambitious actor who's out to get what he wants and out to get what he deserves or she deserves in this life? The choice is yours, because you have the power of choice. It's the greatest gift you will ever be given, the power of choice. You can never always control the situations you're in, but you can always control the way you react to them. The choice is absolutely yours. It is real talk. Sometimes you've got to get real. But definitely, you surround yourself with the people you want to become. The quickest way to get what you want is to seek out the people who have already got it. It's as simple as that. True, just like your friendship group, surround yourself with positive people. Exactly, Hayley, definitely. Yeah, awesome, Bill. But yeah, it's so true. It really is so true. Don't surround yourself with these people, because all that happens if you surround yourself with the negative people is you feel it's normal. You feel it becomes completely normal to be like that. Your outer appearance changes, your vocabulary changes, both external vocabulary, how you speak to other people, and internal dialogue, how you speak to yourself. It's going to make you feel bad. Do you think it's a good thing to have an occasional whinge? Oh, you can always have, well, I'm having a rant right now. It's always fine as long as it's coming from a place, as long as it's coming from a positive place. As a place to try and improve a situation or make something better. It's not all right to have a rant out how the world is all against you, everything's hard, life's a bitch, there's no point. That's not all right. But to have a rant about how things should be better and how you can improve them, that's better. There was a quote the other day that I've got here that I have on my desk all the time. It's mental, isn't it? I just have these things about. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Okay, this is so true, right? If that's the best way to have a rant, is actually don't just whinge about something, show the world how it should be instead. So rather than just giving the world problems, give them a solution first, and then say, look, we've got a problem here, but I've already fixed it. That's the better way. Definitely. But yeah, tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. It's powerful. It's awesome, man. But thanks, guys. It's been a little bit off piece tonight. It's 11:15. I'll let you guys go. It's been, I normally have kind of like way more of a structure than this, but I just wanted to just help people kind of decipher their limiting beliefs and hopefully just reinforce how we destroy them. Because it's essential. It's absolutely essential if you want to get anywhere. Not just in the acting industry. None of this stuff is exclusive to the acting industry whatsoever. Everything in the Bulletproof Actor videos can be related to your relationships, to your finances, to your emotional mastery. To oh no, I've got coffee, Hayley. Definitely. That's essential. That's there. Pleasure, Bill. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I hope you can make the next scope. We're going to be scoping again on Friday. If you'd missed the beginning, it's book club on Friday. We always do a book club on Friday nights. This month's book club is Rossity's Jaunty Best. Love it, Nina. Is Think and Grow Rich. I got this for $5 off Amazon. It's one of the best books I've ever read. I read it 2 years ago. It changed my life. You will have heard me mention it in the second Bulletproof Actor video today if you've watched it. Nina got it for, what was it, Nina? 51p on your Kindle. Seriously, the best thing ever. I was wondering where the real Ross was. Coffee, definitely. I'm never without a coffee on a Periscope. But you can get it on Kindle for less than £1 anyway. It was like 50p or something like that. Sid, buy it, mate. Honestly, 71p. One of the best books I've ever read in my life. Or 79p, says Kim. But I paid £4.99 off Amazon. And we've looked at 2 chapters already this month. We're going to look at another chapter tomorrow, and then we've got 1 more chapter to look at before we choose a new book for February. So I think we chose to look at for Friday night. Was it Power of the Mastermind group? It might have been about, and that's about surrounding yourself with the right people, creating a mastermind. It was either that, or it might have been persistence. Ooh, what would it have been? Because there's like 17 principles here, literally, that are like the keys of success in life. The author, Napoleon Hill, interviewed 504 of the biggest and most influential minds in America nearly 100 years ago. People like Henry Ford of Ford Motor Cars, people like Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, the Wright brothers, who created aviation. Mastermind, Power of the Mastermind. Nina says persistence. Oh, we'll see. Well, I'll read both chapters again and see which one's the best. We had a really complicated chapter last Friday that brought in the entire history of the American Revolution, which I tried to explain quite simply, but man, it's complex. You can check that replay out on actonthis.tv. Just click on Periscope. So tune in on Friday for the book club. I'll let you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. So grateful that you spend your time with me. Hope this is serving you well. If you've not seen those videos yet, go to bulletproofactor.com. Claim your 3-part high-performance mindset training program. It's over 60 minutes in total of seriously powerful stuff that is changing lives. I must have had, like I say, 25 emails today from people saying just how powerful it is and how it's changed their lives, which touches me. I'm so grateful that I'm in a position to pass this knowledge on. It's not knowledge that I've come up with myself. I'm not redefining success. Success has been the same as it's always been for probably, since time man began. But this is stuff that mentors have passed on to me for nearly a decade now. I've implemented all of it into my life. I don't preach anything I don't practice, and I've seen it make huge differences in every area of my life. So I just want to help you experience that too. So until Friday, enjoy yourself, spread the word, invite as many people as you want to the Facebook group, Bulletproof Actor Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Bulletproof Actor, as long as they're actors and they're positive. No one who's a dickhead, all right? Nobody who's just whiny, unless you think we can change them. If you think we can change them for the better, bring them in. Show them the videos, we'll have a word, and hopefully we'll turn them around. Until next time, guys, appreciate you all. Bye for now.